Hey there, everybody. I'm King 5 meteorologist Leah Pezzetti. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you've all had a fabulous weekend. We're looking at mild, beautiful weather continuing. We're stuck in this pattern of morning clouds to afternoon sun, very typical for this time of the year. So as we take a look around the sound on this Saturday morning, we see the clouds are definitely dense. But you know what? Very similar to how it's been the last couple of days when we start the day like this, it will clear by the afternoon. So that is the pattern that we're stuck in right now, and it's not a bad pattern to be stuck in, to say the least. I want to talk about air quality. Of course, this is something that has been top of mind for the last few weeks because of all of the fires that are burning across the Northwest. As we take a look at our AQI expectation for Sunday, I want you to notice the improvement. And specifically, I want to point out how few areas, relatively speaking, are under air quality alerts. When I've showed you this in the last couple of weeks, there was a time when basically the entire state of Washington and a large portion of Oregon had that gray shading indicating current air quality alerts. That's not the case right now. We're seeing improvement in eastern Washington. Great news, of course, for the Spokane area as they clean up that incredibly impactful fire. And then also improvement down in Oregon as well. So as we take a closer look at the state of Washington, it is still continuing. The bad air quality is still continuing for the central part of the state. Really, the Cascades are higher elevation and then off onto the eastern slopes of the Cascades. We're still going to watch unhealthy air quality levels. That's, of course, because of the Little Giant fire that's burning, especially around Wenatchee and Lake Chelan. But the rest of the state is seeing improvement. So we'll take the win while we can, while we continue to watch the bad air quality in the central part of Washington. As we take a look at your Sunday highs across the West Coast, pretty mild up here in the Northwest when we take a look at everybody else. Look at those 80s and 90s as you head down south of us. Same thing off to the southeast as well, into the triple digits, of course. In Vegas, they're used to that this time of the year. But in the Northwest, it is lovely. Our seasonal average for this time of the year, 78 degrees at SeaTac. We hit 75 yesterday, so actually a little bit cooler than normal. And that's kind of been the trend for the last couple of days, is hovering right around normal. This is a recap of the last 2 weeks, our observed highs at SeaTac. Of course, we had that stint in the 80s. We would have hit 90s had we not had dense wildfire smoke that kept us cooler. So that was about 10 days ago. But since then, we've cooled things down and we've settled into this very stagnant level pattern that is keeping conditions mild and seasonal. And that's where we will continue moving forward. Here's a look at the next couple of days, and that average high of 78 degrees. We're sitting right around that, just a few degrees of fluctuation each day. So not a lot of change. It's going to be lovely. Highs for your Sunday, starting you up to the north in Whatcom County, mostly in the 60s, but a few spots could tap 70 degrees. Of course, Diablo Lake a little bit warmer off to the east, and then into Skagit County, mostly in the 70s. The San Juans will be mostly into the 60s, mid to upper 60s. Same thing for Island County, mid to upper 60s. Most of Snohomish County hovering around mid 70s. And that's true for both Kitsap and King counties as well. Mid 70s, a few spots in the low, a few spots in the upper. Down to Pierce and Thurston counties, we're looking at mid to upper 70s. And then same thing as we head down to the south, hugging the Oregon border, 70s. Unless you're immediately along the coast, it'll be cooler into the 60s for our coastal communities. Same thing through the Strait, Hood Canal, pretty comfortable in the mid 70s. So Sunday's looking lovely, and then we're going to settle there for the next couple of days as we continue forward. An hourly breakdown of your Sunday shows those morning clouds. We'll see the sun peeking out. Fair weather clouds will remain, but it will be beautiful. Of course, we've also been watching thunderstorms. These have stayed mostly over the Cascades for the last few days, but they have bubbled up each afternoon, producing both thunder and lightning. Of course, they go hand in hand, and we do have that chance as we head into Sunday, but it's going to be much more isolated in area. A lot of it has been kind of all over the Cascades, but we're going to focus in on the North Cascades. So as we put that futurecast into motion, we see those morning clouds on Sunday. We see that afternoon clearing, and then check that out right up along the British Columbia border. It looks like we could have some storms bubble up that could produce brief periods of heavy rain, thunder, lightning, gusty wind as well. But that's going to be up along the border. It's not a widespread thunderstorm event. Then we get into Monday. Monday morning, we're starting with very similar conditions. Morning clouds, afternoon sun. It's going to be another lovely day. Same thing, we could see a few isolated showers produced along the British Columbia border. And 7-day forecast shows that we really don't have a ton of change heading our way. We're staying right around that seasonal average. We're settling into this pattern of morning clouds and afternoon sunshine. Overall, it is going to be a mild, beautiful, picture perfect week. Get out and enjoy it. Have a great week, everybody.